Hello everybody and welcome back to the Tottenham Athletic save. This is a new era and it's been a while since I've recorded a video on this, and let me tell you, we've played a fair bit of Football Manager. We've got through the whole first season, so shall I tell you how I've been getting on? Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Pokes or Pokes FM and it is a pleasure to have you with me today. And that's right, I've been doing a Tottenham Athletic save. Tottenham Athletic are a fan-owned breakaway club from Tottenham Hotspur. If you haven't seen the initial video where I explain the whole story, then check this out. There's some sort of link that will be here, or link in the description as well, and do take a watch to catch up on what the story of this save is all about. And today what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a bit of a season 1 rundown. I've just recently started season 2 and I want to let you know how season 1 went. Before I do that though, you'll notice that there's only been a few of these videos, and that's because the majority of this save is happening over on twitch.tv/PokesFM. I would love for you to come and join me. I usually stream on Wednesday nights and Friday nights. We're having a whole heap of wonderful fun over there, so do come and join me for the ride. I would love your input as well. Generally the chat try to help me, as well as insulting every mistake I tend to make. And of course, if you're not already, then do hit the subscribe button on this if you want to follow along with other Football Manager videos that I may end up making eventually, as well as hitting the like button if you enjoy this. I would love for you to do that. Then it just gets into the more of the feeds of other people too, so they can join us for this Tottenham Athletic beautiful story that is unfolding before us. Okay, so without further ado, shall I show you how season 1 went? Well, here it is. And this is how the league finished up, friends. And as you can see here straight away, spoiler alert, I did not get promoted. Oh, sad times, seriously. As you can see here, though, the general story of this first season is that I really gave it a good shot. We finished the season on 105 points, everybody, but we still didn't manage to beat Dulwich Hamlet, who finished in first place in the league with 107 points, therefore getting the automatic promotion place. We ended up then going through to the playoffs, and let me show you how that went. Because I came second in the league, it automatically jumped me straight into the semi-finals, where I faced Ebbsfleet away from home. I think it's away from home. I think these are home and away games from what I understand. And we, as you can see, it literally went through to extra time, 0-0, and we lost 1-0 because a 102nd minute goal from Warren there with Ebbsfleet, which goes against the run of play. We had 57% possession. We had 9 shots on target. We had 22 shots in total to their 13. XG was 2.21 and theirs was 0.85. Do I need to tell you in any other way how heartbreaking this really was? And just to rub it in, I thought I'd load up the I'd load up the match report and show you what it looks like. Here it was. Here was the goal, 104th minute, as I say. It's 0-0 up until this point, and that was the moment our dreams were shattered. And the reality is, you look at their players, they did not play well either. Sure, our striker force there, that 5.9, I'll come on to him. His name's Ibrahim, and we'll come on to him later. He didn't play well. Midfield were non-existent, basically. But you look at their team as well. Come on, they didn't do well. But it's because they won that midfield battle, probably. It's probably what happened. But just don't look at the XG max story either. It's just depressing. That said, I feel like that's not really telling you the whole narrative of this season, because if I were to just scroll up just a little bit up here, particularly to this point here, really April 2034 onwards, sure, that form doesn't look brilliant there with a loss, win, draw, loss, draw, win, win, right? However, if you scroll up before that, March looking great, February looking amazing, other than getting knocked out in the 5th round of the FA Trophy by Carlisle, losing 4-1 in the end on extra time, which was ridiculous. But other than that, you then look, January pretty good, December pretty good, November pretty good. In fact, I went on a 25 game unbeaten run in the league, and actually the reality was I was actually top of the league all the way through until we hit that April, that final month. The team just kind of lost their form for those final days, and Dulwich took it upon themselves to leapfrog me into that first place. It was absolutely gutting. But let me tell you a few of the highlights, a few of the key players, and then just to treat you, I'm going to give you a game in this current season I'm in. Now, in general, I'm really pleased with the squad that I'm getting to build here and developing here. One of the players that really shone, and I'm just going to highlight a couple of players to you today, is Ibrahim here. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his surname because I will massacre it. But Ibrahim, my sort of key striker, if we were to look into his stats from last year, you can see his 47 appearances and 42 goals, an average rating of 7.30 there. And as you can see already this season, he's also doing very well as well. We got him on a free from Belgium. From Crystal Palace really, but he was on loan at Belgium before then, and he has been wonderful for me. So the crowd love him, I love him. He is consistent, he is solid, obviously with the exception of the playoff semi-final, which he totally fell apart in. Thanks very much, Ibrahim. And also, just before you jump to conclusions, I say, oh, well, Pokes, does he dread big matches or something like that? I know what you guys are like in the comments. You'll be commenting away like that. Well, let me show you this. He relishes big matches, this guy. So the fact that he didn't do what I wanted him to do in that last game is beyond me. And another notable player that I really want to highlight to you is Callum Sullivan. He is my captain, was my captain last season, is my captain in this second season as I've gone into it. He's only showing us 3 stars here, and you can see his attributes, particularly in his technicals, aren't up to much, but you see those mentals and even the physicals there looking super good, particularly for 30 years old. And so I'm really impressed with him. And if we were to take a little look at his stats from last season, you can see there 37 appearances, 5 goals, 6 assists, 2 player of the matches, average rating of 7.19. He's really been a kind of consistent pillar of this Tottenham Athletic side. I've been really impressed with him. Okay, and now on to the kind of up-and-coming players who I'm getting a bit excited about. Firstly is Samadinho Jr., this 19-year-old Brazilian who, just to remind you, this is one of the players that I was asked to sort of create. I haven't amended his attributes too much in the editor before the whole save started. It was very, very just tweaked really from a previous player, mainly for like nationality and position and things like that, but he is doing really well. 6'2", he's tall, he's scoring goals. If I were to show you the last season's stats for him, 38 appearances he ended up having, 16 goals in there, and a 6.98 average rating. However, if you look at this season already, jumping into the first chunk of this season, he's had 14 appearances and 14 goals. This guy is loving hitting the back of the net. And then the last player I want to highlight to you who was really key for me last season and so far is being pretty key for me this season as well is my centre-back Simon Tipple, the kind of rock of my defence here. This guy was just so consistent, played in pretty much every game he could play in. There he goes, 45 appearances last season and his average rating of a 7.44. He scored 5 goals which were all headers, predominantly from corners. Obviously, this is Football Manager 23 after all. And so I'm really happy about this man, really grateful that we've still got him for this other season, and as you can see, he's also started really well this season too. And so, in general, our board were not that pleased that we didn't get promoted, but they've kept me on, I think because it was basically so close, and I deserve to win. Everybody who I've been speaking to have basically been like, what, you got 105 points and didn't get promoted, which it blows my mind a little bit as well. Deeply upset about it, but we move on, we crack on, we go again. To dare is to win. That's the slogan for Tottenham Athletic. If you didn't know it, you should check out the video before. That would have told you about that. You should have watched that. You should have watched it by now. But what's that? How's season 2 going, folks? Let me tell you. Let me show you how season 2 is going, and then let's play a bit of a live com and actually do a match, shall we? So, as you can see here, we are top of the league at the moment. 14 games played, actually. So we are heading towards the kind of almost the middle of the season now. But we've won 12, drawn 1 and lost 1. And we are doing so good. A goal difference here of 34, which is streaks ahead of the rest of the league here. And so we are sitting still only 3 points ahead of Ebbsfleet, who are sat in second on 34. We're on that 37 points. Now, Ebbsfleet. Now, shall we talk about Ebbsfleet, shall we? The team that knocked me out of the playoffs last year, but then still themselves did not get promoted because I think Dorking beat them in the final. Shall we talk about them, shall we? Shall we talk about them and how they're going to be involved in this season, shall we? Spoiler, I don't like them much. So here they are, sat in second place at the moment, 3 points behind us. Still, they've lost 3 games, so I don't really see how still there's only 3 points between us. But anyway, it's very close, and I can see it's going to be really close between us and Ebbsfleet. And near the beginning of the season, as I sort of noticed that Ebbsfleet were doing well as well, I thought, why don't I check the schedule to see when we're going to be playing them? And so I went onto the schedule. This is last season's fixtures, but if I jump into this season's fixture list, scroll right down to the bottom there. Oh, and look who we've got. Last game of the season. Ebbsfleet, 5th of May, 2035. Can't wait. Can't wait. So all that to look forward to. Let me show you a little bit about some of the ins and outs in terms of the players who have come and gone, shall we? Players in, the first 2 officially in this season. Jamie Clough, who actually hasn't played much for me. He's a left back, so I won't spend much time on him. But Friday Abraham, centre back. I think he's going to be stepping into a kind of a backup for me and centre back. Nigerian guy. He's done quite well since he has played. 6.75 average rating. He's come on a few times as a sub, and not too bad. I think he might get better as we go on in the game. Only 24 years old though, so he's got some legs still left in him, but I'm glad I got him. I think I got him on a free, so that's all right. But if we were to step back into the previous season, you can see some other signings that we have brought in here. Now, Jordan Morris is the first one I want to bring. We had Owen Goodman last year as our goalkeeper, and I wasn't that fussed by him. He's okay, but he was about a 2-star rating, probably of the star rating version of the squad. He was really low down in it. However, I've brought this guy in, paid a little bit of money for him, mind you, but he is doing well, and that star rating is going up. As you can see, his attributes are going up as well. He started as the backup keeper. I think officially you can see his status there still shows us as the backup keeper, but he is really stepping into that first choice goalkeeper for me, and he's doing very well. Very pleased with him. Looking forward to seeing how he goes on from strength to strength, being only 24 years old. So I'm quite excited by him. The next player of note who I've brought in this season, who is doing absolute bits for me up front, is Adam Hogg. This guy, 24 years old, he is already being a really, really key player for me. As you can see here from the season stats, he is looking at 12 appearances in the league so far, 10 league goals, 10 league assists, an XG... An XG of 5.85. Wonderful stuff. His average rating is 7.93. He is scoring goals for fun. I think he's got a few hat-tricks already, and I'm very much enjoying him being part of this starting 11. He's wonderful. Don't hassle the hog, you could say. Do you know what I mean? There's a 90s reference for you. Okay, 2 more players to highlight too. The first one would be Harry Jennings, who's a kind of backup striker really for me. Hasn't featured too much yet. Only 23 years old though, so I still think he's got a lot of legs in him in future seasons. But you can see, I think his attributes are pretty good here. And I think if he keeps developing and getting better, I think we might be able to use him in the next couple of seasons. And then lastly, this guy, I kind of went on a bit of a striker spending spree and bought in this other striker, Nick Langford-Turner, who I thought was going to get me loads of goals. But actually, in reality, he's really moved into kind of a central midfielder, as a Mazzala role. But you can see here, if I were to show you the career stats for him this season, 11 games, 1 goal, 1 assist. His average rating 6.82. Like, he's not bad at all. He's doing a job. He's playing it well. I'm quite happy with him, really. He probably is slightly more suited to being a striker, but at the moment, my strikers are doing so well because I've got Ibrahim, Samadinho and Adam Hogg, who are all doing well. So this guy doesn't quite fit as a striker yet, but he is playing well in that central midfielder role. And so we'll see. We might find that we start using him more and more as time goes on, but I'm very happy with him so far. I think it's a very good purchase. Very good purchase, Ben. Thanks very much. I really appreciate that. Thanks. Cheers. Great. I'm a great manager, aren't I? Yeah, you're a great manager. Okay, and that then leaves us with who has left the club. And just to quickly run through them, we've sold Jamie Harper, who was like a backup goalkeeper. I basically wanted to clear out our goalkeepers. He was one of the ones who went, got him for, I think, 3.1k I sold him for. Jeff Alexander was another one who's gone. He was one of my great strikers from last year. He wanted to go, and Bolton ended up taking him. 25.5k they paid for him, which isn't so bad. But for me, you can see he got 14 goals last season, 8 18 assists, a 7.24 average rating. So he was a real key player for me last season. I was a bit concerned. Am I going to lose out? Who am I going to get to replace him? But as I said, Adam Hogg has been coming in and he's been doing bits for me. So I don't mind that he's gone, Jeff. See you later, Jeff. You've been unbelievable, but your time's come. Now, this was probably my saddest loss of the pre-season, was Billy Abbott, who was a real hero for me in the centre of the pitch last season. If I look here, 43 appearances, a 6.92 average rating, 9 goals, 11 assists. He was great. I started playing him in an attacking midfielder role in the centre. It was brilliant, but he easily snapped him up. I couldn't keep hold of him. So we're looking at, like, we might end up getting about 20 grand for him in the end, which isn't so bad, I think, considering the level we're at. In fact, you look at all of these sales here, and I've got money out of all of them, which is good. Totaling 240k, which for Vanarama South levels, amazing, really. Okay, and then we move on to Brennan Loader, who's gone. Brennan ended up being like a winger / up front guy when I needed him. Not too sad about losing him. He did get some goals. You can see they got 4 goals last season, 5 assists, 6.97. So he did play well when he did play, but I'm not that fussed to lose him. I think it was okay for him to go. And then this guy, Kevin Wilson-Donaldson, left back, and it wasn't until really late in the season that I realised he was 5'5", 5'5", and playing as a defender. Now, sure, a wing back, okay, maybe you can just about get away with it because you're a wing back, but really, 5'5". See you later, Kevin. I couldn't see you anyway because you were so small. I think he's gone. I think he's left. Nobody would know. Nobody would know if he's gone or not because he's too small. He's probably fallen down a drain somewhere. And all right, so that brings us to what we're playing this season and what we're going to be playing today. Now, this is the tactic we're going for today. We are playing an FA Cup round 1 proper, as in the proper round of the FA Cup, not just faffing about FA Cup. But this is the tactic that really we've been playing with all season, and this is the tactic we're playing with today as well. We have Jordan Morris in goal, who's been playing well, as I've said. At the back, we're playing with the back 4. We've got Sullivan and Sam Bagan as left and right wing backs. They've been doing very well for me. Then we've got Simon Tipple, who I've shared already, and Borowski, who's been a pretty consistent centre-back for me as well. Then in DM, we've got Brad Watts, who's been great. We have Joseph Emmanuel playing today as the BBM there. And then we've also got Stuart Price, who is a great midfielder. Very pleased with him as well. So he is playing in that kind of advanced playmaker role for us. And then, as you can see up front, we've got 3 strikers, a front 3 of Ibrahim, Samadinho and Adam Hogg. They have been incredible. You can see the little green lines just about there, connecting well, working well with one another. So let's see if we can continue our incredible form and beat League 2 Tranmere. League 2 Tranmere. This is a test. Okay, so here we go. One person, obviously, I haven't mentioned really so far is Emmanuel, who's in midfield, is playing instead of Langford Turner. Langford Turner, who's that player I bought in, has been great for me in that Mazzala role, but he's a bit injured. So he's on the bench. He's orange injured now, so he's been off for a while. This is the first game that he'll be on the bench, mainly because I'm allowed 9 subs on the bench for the FA Cup. But he hasn't been playing much. So off we go. Let's see how we can go against Tranmere. This is quite a big deal. This is probably one of our biggest tests we've faced so far in this save, in fact. And I would say the board and the supporters have both said that they want me to win this. They both expect me to win this, which I think that's a bit stupid. That's a bit far-fetched, to be fair. We are at home, but here we have Tranmere have got, oh goodness me, look at the space he had. Rigby tucks it away after the cross. He had all the space in the world for that. And 16 minutes in, the first highlight of the game goes to Tranmere. We should really set some expectations right with the board and the supporters, I feel. League 2 Tranmere. League 2 Tranmere. Can someone write that down, please? Okay, 25 minutes into the game, and we've actually got 60% of the possession here, which isn't bad at all. But looks like we've got a highlight come up here. And Stuart Price, this could be a highlight for us here. They've got a lot of players back, but Ibrahim, can he get the cross in? He does! Oh, Samadinho tries to tuck it in. He plays that central role of the 3 usually these days, and he's doing well. He's Adam Hogg with a corner, though. Can we get Simon Tipple on the end of this? Oh, he goes for it, but he doesn't quite get to it. But goodness me, Ibrahim managed to get all the way to the edge of the box and for a shot on the volley, and it went drastically over the bar. We are 32 minutes into the game now and still 1-0. But I have to say, I think we've actually had more of the game than Tranmere here. It's just that they've got the goal. But they have got another highlight here and it looks like they're going to score it. I'm going to... Oh, goodness me, what happened there? It went over everybody. But they're still passing it around really nicely. Oh, well cut out from Simon Tipple. And we're on a bit of a counter here. Samadinho, come on, lad, do something with this. The Brazilian hero, back to Stuart Price, who chips it over for Ibrahim. Ah! What's happened? Oh, he's offside. Ibrahim was offside. The boys are doing well. The boys are doing really well here. Sam Bagan throws it in for Watts. This is Simon Tipple, who sort of thumps it a bit up top, which is not really what I wanted to do. And now Tranmere are on a bit of an attack again. Going 2-0 down just before half-time would not be fun. But it's a bit of ping-pong at the minute going on. And, oh, goodness me. Oh, yes. The safe hands of Jordan Morris there keeps us in this half. So we're still just 1-0 down. I'm feeling okay, actually. I don't think there's huge amounts we need to change here at halftime. You can see in the XG story is that actually we should be ahead or at least drawing by this point. But it's all right. It's all right. Let's keep going. That's what we wanted. Keep controlling possession. They're happy. They're green. They're happy. Let's get out there again. Come on, friends. Come on. Okay, it's a goal kick from Tranmere, who's kicked it up. But we've won the loose ball here, and it's a kicked over. Adam Hogg! Oh, goodness! It deflected off the defender and hit their post. But Joseph Emmanuel can continue this. He's still got it. He's fighting. He's on a yellow, as is Callum Sullivan. Got to watch out for that. Stuart Price. Oh, it's been snatched out from us. And Tranmere are living to fight another day here. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve it by any stretch of the imagination. All right, we're approaching 60 minutes here. I'm going to have a little look. You can see Samadinho is on red. Oh, actually, you can't see it because it's behind my head on the camera. But if I go here, you can see he's actually playing a 5.90. So having a poor game here. So what I might do is... I'm tempted to bring Nutkins on. Right, okay. Let me tell you about Memphis Nutkins, everybody. Okay, I know it says 1 star here, but let me just show you. Memphis Nutkins, youngster, 21 years old. Really, he's a defender. However, I put him up front for 1 game recently, and he scored. And I was like, this guy is amazing. So I'm tempted. I'm super tempted. Who else have we got? We've got the likes of Harry Jennings, who does look like a much better striker, doesn't he? He does look like a much better striker. Maybe I should be a bit... Let's go with Harry Jennings. Yes, let's go with Harry Jennings. Sam Bagan is also having a bad game, so we are bringing Johan Martin, one of my community's players in, who... We had right from the beginning of the save. He's started playing a few games for me recently in this left back place. He's been wonderful. So we'll see how he goes. We are seeing some poor performances here. Adam Hogg is playing badly. Everyone's doing quite bad. But we can still do this. 60 minutes in. There's a lot of football to play. Let's see if those changes can make any difference. Okay, is Johan Martin. Sub is on, and he pumps it forward to Tipple. He's managed. Oh, absolute filth right on the edge of the area here, and they've been sent off. They've had a player sent Tranmere down to 10 men. Let's pause it quick. Oh, okay. Harry Jennings is about to. Is Harry Jennings any good at free kicks? Okay, Harry Jennings' free kick taking is 14, everybody. He's about to take this free kick. He's come on as a sub. This is either a bit of complete luck that he is on the pitch, or this is managerial genius. We're about to find out, or he might miss it. He might miss it, and it then might mean nothing. Here he goes. On his left peg. And he scored it! Come on! Yes! We're back in this game, and Tranmere are down to 10 men, and it's the 65th minute. We can go on to win this. We can go on to... Look at this. What a strike from Harry. Oh, Harry. I knew what I was doing all along. Managerial genius, 100%. All right, friends, it's getting serious now. It's getting serious now. My goodness me. 70th minute in. Oh, this is tense. This is a little bit tense for me. 75th minute we're coming to now. We are still seeing some bad performances here from some of these players. I think it might be time to make another change. We've got Stuart Price, who's not playing well in that centre midfielder position. I could shift that around maybe. We've also got a poor performance from Adam Hogg as well, who's on a 6.5. I could bring on like a likes of... I could give Nutkins a go. Should I give Nutkins a go? Is this going to be poetry? This could be absolute poetry if this way it plays out. We're going to keep Stuart Price on, but I'm tempted to change his role. He is best as an advanced playmaker. Maybe we'll stick him as a Mazzala. Let's go Mazzala, mate. You're going to be a Mazzala, Pricey. Pricey's a Mazzala. Let's see if that works out. And we've now got Memphis Nutkins on the pitch, everybody. Let's see if what is going to happen in this final 10 minutes. They're down to 10 men. We've got the advantages. Stuart Price crosses it to nobody. Absolutely nobody. But we're going to hold on to this ball here. Borowski and Tibbet. We've got a lot of players on yellow cards, haven't we? But let's just ignore that for now. Here's Sullivan, Captain Sullivan. Down a pitch. Joseph Emmanuel. We've got the ball. This is nice. Jennings went off. But Jennings will take the corner here with on the 82nd minute of play. Tipple's looking tired. But let's get Tipple. Can Tipple get on that? He's lurking. Tipple's lurking. Get the head on it, Tipple. No, not quite. Not quite. And Tranmere are going to bring this one out. Goodness me, we can't lose to Tranmere now. Let's go with Stuart Price coming off. We're going to bring Langford Turner on. We're doing it. It's working. We're going to bring Langford Turner on in that Mazzala attacking role. I know he's orange injured. What does it say? He's sprained ankle ligaments. That is a bad injury, isn't it? That is quite a bad injury. But we're going to risk it. We're going to risk it anyway. Just play for a little bit. You've got 5 minutes, Langford Turner. That's all you've got to survive for here. Are we going to earn a replay against Tranmere Rovers? That would be absolutely unbelievable. Come on. Or are we going to get a win? Callum Sullivan, Emmanuel, here's Brad Watts, Nutkins. Oh, Nutkins hit the bar. Johan Martin, Ibrahim. Martin, do something. We got, no, nothing came of it. And that's and it's all over. The one game you get to watch on YouTube here is a 1-1 draw, taking us to a replay, folks. We are going to a replay. Not a bad display from the friends of Tottenham Athletic. My goodness me. We only actually got 3 shots on target to their 5 in the end, but we dominated them on possession, and actually we looked like we were going to score more goals than them anyway. So you know what? We should all be happy about that. And so really, that's going to bring me to the end of today's video. As I said, I'm continuing this save over on twitch.tv every Wednesday and Friday night usually, and I would love to see you there. I love the fact I just said every Wednesday and Friday usually. Contradiction in terms. You're just going to have to guess. You're basically just going to have to guess when I'm streaming. But things are looking really nice in this season so far, this second season. We're doing well. We're on a good run of form in the league. As you can see there, we lost against Chippenham 3-0, but that's the only loss we've had this season. If I show you the vision of what the board want, they want automatic promotion to the Vanarama National. They want me to be competitive in the FA Cup, which I think I'm doing pretty well. After that, come on. And they want me to reach the latter stages of the all-important FA Trophy, so we'll see how we get on there. But thanks for joining me today. Really appreciate anybody who hits that like button. Do follow along and subscribe if you like this content. I'll see you maybe over in Twitch. Just come and join us in the chat over in Twitch and say, I've come from YouTube. Oh, yeah, that well-known place, YouTube. Yeah. Anyway, catch you soon. See you later.